These changes they're making to the game, I can't wait to buy Black Ops 7. Low-key, some of you COD players deserve looking like this. You straight up see any small change being made to the game and think, man, Call of Duty's back. Just for the series to still end up in the fucking dirt just like it always does. I find it completely hilarious that all the marketing for Black Ops 7 this year has been a complete and utter joke compared to what we've had in previous years. We've never seen this much damage control for a game before it even launches, I think ever. I don't think I've ever seen a game have to make so many fixes so aggressively right before a game drops. And that's because the pre-orders for Black Ops 7 have been completely abysmal this year. We know it, Treyarch knows it, and Activision definitely knows it. And they're definitely putting their boot down trying to get Treyarch to fix the game and bring in more money for them as much as possible, because we all know that Activision suits need new Ferraris for their garage.
Now what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
I think it's funny that I've been going back and playing the original Black Ops 2 on PC, no less. I'm on Steam playing a game that is arguably a complete security risk to my entire PC when I'm playing it. But I would much rather be playing a older Call of Duty that actually seems to respect your time over a newer Call of Duty where all they do is fill in and overstuff and overbloat everything in their game in order to make you play the game longer. But before I continue, make sure you guys leave a big like on the video, because we are on the way to 1,000 subscribers. Whether we get that to the end of the year, the support regardless has been very enjoyable for me. I've really enjoyed breaking down all this news and debacling of the Call of Duty mess and just FPS news overall, because that's what I mostly cover on this channel. There's been an absolute avalanche of news coming out this week, and it's been a real joy to watch Treyarch and Activision just completely lose their minds as they try anything and everything to get people interested in Call of Duty Black Ops 7 this year. People weren't enjoying the idea of the campaign. The campaign trailer during the Open Games Live event wasn't a hit. The multiplayer trailer also wasn't a hit. The music choice people didn't like. The overall visuals of the trailer people didn't like. And just kind of the setting of what they went with. A futuristic COD really wasn't what people were expecting for this year. And you would expect that a sequel to Black Ops 2, which is set in the current day of 2025, would somehow have probably better and more futuristic looking stuff in it compared to something like Black Ops 7. I would argue that some of the futuristic tech from Black Ops 2 is more advanced looking than some of the stuff that we're seeing in Black Ops 7. It just goes to show that some of the stuff that they're trying to put out to us just doesn't look right. And we all know that there's been the allegations of them using AI, and it's kind of a little different this year because when you're looking at some of the stuff for Black Ops 7, you just can't help yourself but feel like some of the things that you're looking at just doesn't seem like somebody went through the entire concept of development for that item. You would have think that if they're making a sequel to Black Ops 2, they would have kept all the designs from the older games, right? They have the Peacekeeper in the game. They have the entire story of Black Ops 2 to pull inspiration from. You could have taken some of the older maps, say, for example, like Aftermath from the original map pool from Black Ops 2, where it's a war-torn version of Los Angeles. So then if you go in and you now have 10 years later, it could be the same high rise from Aftermath, but now it's actually built up. Now it actually looks good. You still have like an actual lobby area, and instead of the area being completely gutted and destroyed like it is in Black Ops 2, it could have been built up. There's a free map idea for you there, Treyarch. Here you go. A free idea straight from the mind of a Call of Duty player.
Are you fool?
But apparently, the only thing that's been on the mind for a lot of Call of Duty players is just the level of progression that they want in their games nowadays. Why in the world are we sitting here having to play our games that requires thousands of levels to go through? Is that all anybody cares about anymore? Is everyone so brain rotted from the doom scrolling of Instagram and Facebook Reels and whatever else, whatever you choose to watch on your free time? And that's bled into what is required for video games nowadays. You're required to freely level through thousands of levels and get something, some kind of reward for your efforts, no matter what it is. And it's all just like basic random crap that you don't even give a crap about. You know, some levels could be like you getting a charm or an emblem, and then some levels could be you sitting there getting a new attachment for your gun. And also the fact that the guns for this year, I can't believe they're doing this. The guns for this year have prestige modes, which is fine. I think the prestiges for weapons are fine, but it's the fact that it's like 250 levels every single time. Are you telling me that every level you're going to be unlocking some kind of attachment for 250 levels worth? Oh my god, you're gonna have to be filling up that entire list of attachments with the most crazy, nonsensical trash that we've ever seen. If you've used the gunsmith from one of the other Call of Duty since MW 2019 when that came out, you know what we're going to be expecting from this. Everyone's probably going to use the same shitty fucking site that nobody wants to use, or whatever gives you the most clarity, and then everyone's going to be using some kind of no stock, you know, random scrap thing on the handle and a certain grip that's going to give you less recoil and more ADS speed, because that's all anyone fucking cares about anymore.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
For whatever reason, all these little updates that they're making with all this competition that Battlefield 6 is heavily pushing onto them, they're making all these small changes when we know that the main two things that people really want are definitely disbanding lobbies, and as much as I hate to say it, pretty much every comment section you see of anyone talking about is that all they want them to do is to remove skill-based matchmaking. I just put an entire video out yesterday about that, so I'm not going to be talking about skill-based matchmaking in this video today. But unfortunately, with all this news coming out, we have small things that are being added into the game or taken away from the game, such as visual clutter when you're shooting your weapon. Wow. All it took was 4 fucking years for you guys to realize that we don't want to see insane muzzle flashes coming out the end of our barrel. I understand that we were focusing on more of a realistic approach with Modern Warfare 2022, but unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that was happening with your visual clutter, all the dust popping up and the fog and the lighting going crazy when you're shooting, just made it really difficult to see anything when you weren't using some kind of, you know, high-powered scope or a sight that was pushed way up on the weapon so you were actually able to see over all of the mess that they was creating. This apparently is a common issue that they were seeing from specifically mouse and keyboard players. PC players were having issues with visual clutter when shooting their weapons. I don't understand. Most people weren't even having that issue because as long as you threw on something like a suppressor on your weapon, you didn't have any issue dealing with visual clutter. All you had to do was reduce some of the stuff down a little bit. It was just the fact that the muzzle flashes were so big and the dust particles were so crazy popping up in and around you that you had issues with it. You could have reduced this. You had all the chances in the world to reduce things like this. You had a chance to reduce it in Black Ops 6, and yet you didn't. You probably had that lined up to be fixed in Black Ops 6 actually, and then you decided that you were just gonna skip updating that game and then push everything into Black Ops 7 and act like it's the greatest thing ever.
Oh, scary! Oh, shiver my timbers! Shut up, man!
Another thing that's apparently super great is the fact that if you watch the Call of Duty Next live stream going on September 30th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, apparently if you watch that stream for just 1 hour, you'll get yourself a beta code, which I think is really funny because all these people who are pre-ordering Black Ops 7 are now realizing that they're getting completely gypped out of the fact that if you watch a live stream for 1 hour, you're going to get yourself a code that gives you access to the beta. It's probably going to be bringing in a lot of people to watch COD Next. But unfortunately, whenever they have any marketing for the game and they talk about anything happening with the game, it just results in most of the comments saying that they're not interested in what they have to offer this year. We might be seeing some positive changes with everything that they're trying to do, but then when you have interviews with Charlie Intel talking about how they can't have any control with skill-based matchmaking because Activision is standing over them, wagging their fucking finger at them, and they're sitting here not able to fix common issues that people have other than visual clutter. That's the dumbest thing that I can possibly fucking see or hear or read online.
I know, let's try and communicate with it.
We have an opportunity this year to where if everybody that is sitting here saying that they're not going to buy the game, if we can all sit here and actually band together and not buy Black Ops 7, we may actually see a proper reset of the series into something more positive that everybody can enjoy, that everybody would be willing to actually play. Because as long as they continue down this path, as long as they continue to keep pushing all these things, especially from the Activision side, if Activision keeps wanting to put their boot down and make sure that the game has all these dumbass matchmaking systems in their game, then we're never going to see any positive increase in the series, other than the fact that you might have a good player base right at the beginning of your game coming out, and then it's going to taper off right after the first couple of weeks because everyone realizes that they didn't change anything. Nothing has to fix itself. It doesn't matter what paint you have on top of the Call of Duty formula. Ever since you've got the new formula and the new engine from MW 2019, it's the same thing every single time, and it's exhausting, it's boring, and it's just not enjoyable anymore. Why does anyone want to play the game when they know exactly what's gonna happen? I don't care if you put new lipstick on a pig, it doesn't fucking matter. Anyway, that's all the time I got for today, guys. What do you guys think about all these changes they're trying to make quickly before the game comes out? They haven't even gotten to a beta yet, and I'm really curious on what they're going to do with all the feedback that is going to be given for the beta, and I have a feeling it's going to be a complete shitstorm this year. Anyway, leave a like on the video. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're new. I'll be posting pretty much every single day. And yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. See you later. Bye.